Here's the first one. How should we define productivity in a hybrid model? By outcomes delivered, not hours logged, by peer and client feedback cycles, by self-reporting productivity with manager sign-off.
I'll give you the lawyer answer that I love, Phil. It depends on sort of the nature of the work. Each job needs to be looked at. We need to be cognizant of how to define productivity itself.
It's difficult to measure some jobs' productivity. It's just very hard to do.
Yep.
And you got to take time to figure it out. It can be done. It just takes time to figure it out. We see it when we design compensation programs all the time. All right, question number 2. What tool is most effective to monitor remote productivity without eroding trust? Keyword there, without eroding trust. Transparent goal setting like KPIs, passive monitoring software, or bi-weekly check-ins tied to project timelines.
I want to touch on real quickly is just B, which is that passive monitoring software with consent, of course. You want to get the employees' consent, or at least inform them that we are monitoring. But that's one that that causes a lot of people to that potentially erode that trust with the employer. So if you are doing something like that, you definitely want to be transparent, let people know that you're doing it.
Yeah, I like the one I saw on YouTube where they had the oscillating fan, and they had put a little attachment on the fan, and that attachment would bump the mouse and cause it to move as it went to the left, and as it came back to the right, it would bump the mouse and cause it to move, just so that the mouse was always moving, and the person was somewhere else. All right.
Phil, that is really, really old school, I have to say, because you can go on Amazon and just search for a mouse mover, and those things are readily available. So
there you go. But I don't know if calling me old school is a compliment, Bert, or an insult. So
it's both.
From you, I'm going to take it as a compliment.
It's both.
All right,
Phil, ponder that.
How do we align manager and employee expectations around performance? Shared scorecards and mutual accountability plans, quarterly calibration meetings across teams, or clear-tiered performance metrics with flexibility by role?
Shared scorecards and mutual accountability plans, I think, is probably my favorite one there. There's a certain amount of buy-in and ownership of that when you involve them in the process.
That's right. That's right. I like this one. A lot of workplaces deal with this one here. How do we handle resentment between in-office and remote employees? And that's a real deal. That resentment does exist. Yeah.
It really does.
Normalize hybrid norms. Visibility doesn't equal value. Offer rotation or choice when possible. Create a more desirable in-office atmosphere. Dress code flexibility, in-office schedules, those types of things to help the in-office employees.
This is really difficult because you've got some upper level employees in an organization who the visibility isn't as important as the lower level employees. And an example of that, the easiest example would be a manufacturing environment. You might have office employees and managers and supervisors who don't need to be out on the floor producing the widgets. But if you don't have the hourly line workers out there to make the widgets, they don't get made. And
no widgets get made. That's right.
They have to be there. And so that does create and breed resentment.
Managers are tasked with deciding the optimal hybrid work schedule. Their decisions should be based on what other managers are doing, based on the need for the team to have in-person team building and learning cross-sharing, based upon each individual's employee's desire and needs.
I'm not going to give you an it depends. B, the second choice is by far my favorite, is based on the need of the team.
You don't like what other managers are doing? Say,
no.
Just say, well, that's what they're doing, so that's what we're going to do.
Not my favorite way of managing. Yeah, I think based on the need of the team to have in-person team building and learning and sharing, it's got to be situational and based on the needs of the team itself and the work that needs to be done.
You're trying really hard to build a team in all aspects of your business, right?
Yep.
We're much better. Everyone understands it when we work together as a unit versus individually. And when everyone is used to working together in a mature organization, you go home, you can still have that because we already know each other. We met each other in person, and then we went home. Well, when your organization starts to turn over and everyone now doesn't know each other and works from afar, you don't have that same team calibration, and it creates some problems for the workplace. So I'm with you on that
Yep.
straight away.
Level up your HR game with an AIM Employers Association membership. Get 24/7 expert support, exclusive training, and a network of peers. Join thousands of HR leaders building better organizations. Call AIM at 800-948-5700 or visit aimea.org today to learn about becoming a member.